You can't be wagging your tail while we're trying to record. And now you want to get up. This is why you guys can't be in videos. Hey guys, welcome back out to Film Learnin Vlogs. We're answering even more of your questions. And I just want to preface this by saying I just shot the 40,000 subscriber SpongeBob thing, so my guts is still... Our first question comes from Pizza Man, who asks, where is that dang MAH GAWD clip from? I'm not telling. Honestly, I'm having so much fun with people not being able to find it, and you never will. Next up, Matthias Emil asks, how many years have you been working in After Effects? Well, I kind of got into After Effects around about 2001, 2002, and just sort of played around in, oh god, what version was it then? I don't even know what version it was then, and I was just sort of going on and off, just trying to learn things. And really, Mike Frudenberg over at Film Masters was the one that actually got me interested in After Effects, and he did a whole bunch of tutorials which he used to sell on eBay. So that's how I actually started learning it. And really, I didn't start getting into it for reals until around about CS5, CS 5.5. And even then, I was just watching tutorials on YouTube and videocopilot.net, and basically anywhere I could find a video tutorial on After Effects. And that leads all the way up to now. So to actually answer your question, I've been playing around in After Effects off and on for about 15 years. Moving on, H-Trap? Even Donnie doesn't know how to pronounce your name. Just wanted to ask your opinion on Ezra Miller's Flash from Justice League over Grant Gustin's Flash from the TV show. Just asking. I think at this point it's way too early to pass judgment. I mean, Grant Gustin's Flash is fantastic. I really can't see anyone else in this role. And what we saw in Dawn of Justice, it was nothing really. He just looked like some hipster bum in a supermarket video. And what we've seen in the Justice League trailer, look, it's nothing mind-blowing. It's certainly not bad. I mean, I personally don't like the fact that the lightning's blue or whatever, but I mean, look at Zack Snyder films. They're all friggin' blue. So there was no way that lightning was ever going to be yellow like it should be. But as always, we're just going to wait until the Justice League movie's actually out before I pass judgment, because I think it really needs to just be given its own space to breathe, because obviously DC are doing something different in their TV shows than they are to their movies, because their TV shows are good. That was really unnecessary. Okay, Noah Allen asks, what advice would you give to young filmmaker, and also Arrow or The Flash? My advice to any young filmmaker is you're going to make some bad stuff right out of the gate. And my best advice is, don't let that deter you. Just keep making stuff and making stuff and making stuff. You can put it out there on YouTube, or you can show your friends or family, but just be aware that the stuff you're gonna make right off the bat is going to stink. I know my stuff right off the bat was not great at all. In fact, I actually started off with my filmmaking career, or whatever you want to call it, with PowerPoint animations. And they were just rip-offs of South Park episodes when I was like 17 or so, like that. The movie I tried to make before that was a rip-off of The Crow, and it was scheduled for a one-day shoot. We shot in a house with a crappy VCR camcorder like this, and it was so underlit you could not see a damn thing after an entire day's shoot. And the second day we went back there, I forgot to put a tape in the camera. So that goes to show you, not everyone's great right out of the gate. You've just got to keep experimenting and expect to fail a lot, but when you do actually succeed, it's going to be all the more, fruitful for you. And come on, Arrow or The Flash? The Flash is on a whole nother level to Arrow. Arrow was great for the first 2 seasons. That Deathstroke season, across season 2, that whole arc was fantastic. And then it seems like they didn't really know what they were going to do. You have that whole Hong Kong thing in season 3, and it just keeps going and going in season 4. It's just, Arrow hit its creative peak already, and The Flash is just warming up. So yeah, The Flash all the way. I hope Arrow improves in season 5, because right now it's in a lull. Okay, next up, Lego Dark Knight Studio. Just curious, has anyone in real life ever come up to you or noticed you as Learn Your Films on YouTube before? Dude, I live in a small country town. No one has any idea of what I do. So no, I don't expect it to ever happen in where I live. Freddie Romo asks, hey, what's the best 3D software? Also, should I buy Element 3D? Well, whether you buy Element 3D or not, that's completely up to you. Because, look, it's a good 3D software if you want something that's purely based in After Effects. You can't build models in Element 3D. That's probably one of the downfalls of it. So you can buy all these model packs and all that sort of thing, but you can't actually build a model from scratch in Element 3D, as far as I know. I haven't actually played with it since version, I think, 1.2. And even then, I was only doing 3D extruded text. I did once try to import a model of, Batman's Dark Knight Rises thing, the Bat, and I was lighting that thing for that long and I just got super frustrated because after about 3 hours of trying to light this thing to match an environment, it still looked like crap, so I just gave up on it. Now, as far as the best 3D software goes, it really depends what you want to get out of it. I think Cinema 4D is great because it's really easy to pick up and use. If you want to get more advanced, that's when it gets a bit more complicated. Blender is free, but apparently it has a really steep learning curve. I've never actually opened it, but I do have some friends that do play around in it a fair bit. What else we got? We got 3ds Max. I've probably downloaded a demo of that like 4 years ago, but because I'm used to Cinema 4D, I haven't actually gotten anything out of it as yet. So the short answer is, all 3D software is fine. I don't think there's one that's better than the other one. They're all just different interpretations of the same thing. Next up, Fred Larby, or Larby, asks, hey Grant, in your precious video, I'm pretty sure it means previous, you said you were going to work on making yourself in Fuse and Cinema 4D. Are you going to do a tutorial on that when you have time? I'm pretty sure I am. I'd love to do another tutorial about Fuse. I actually did one for the Adobe student channel where I just did a quick overview. I wanted to go a bit more in depth, but they wanted something concise. So I'd love to do one for the channel where I go through the whole process of customizing something to make it look like it's like me. I don't think you can do something that's 100% like you because it'd just take forever and you've got to work from one of their base models to start with. But the process is, you build the model in Adobe Fuse, you save it out to their program called Mixamo, and then you can actually jump into that. It's browser based. You can auto rig the character, and then you can import a whole bunch of motion capture data and export that model straight into Cinema 4D. Now, I did notice that you need at least Cinema 4D release 17 before these models actually look half decent. But just let me know, guys, has anyone actually built a model in Adobe Fuse, exported it out to Mixamo, rigged it all and put some motion capture footage on there, and brought it into Cinema 4D Lite as an FBX file? Just let me know down in the comments. Next up, Hydraulics asks, what's up Grant? Feature this comment on your next vlog. Thanks. There we go. Okay, moving on from whatever that was. Afons Hussein said, could you show or tell quick tips the effects for the movies, like the Wolverine claws effect? No, I am going to do a tutorial on the Wolverine claws, but I'll tell you this right off the bat. Wolverine claws coming out, digital effect. In every other shot where Hugh Jackman or Wolverine is fighting or moving those claws around, they are always a practical prop. So in order to do a Wolverine claws tutorial, I am gonna have to get a practical prop, and so will all of you out there. So by all means, jump onto eBay and find some Wolverine claws. Some really good ones that have got the claws pointing out and it's something that you can grip onto and it's actually hidden when you grip down on it. And lastly, Jake Loxley asks, hey man, 2 questions. What camera are you currently using to film? I'll just answer that straight now. GH4 Panasonic, great camera, low price as far as DSLR goes, and I've never had an issue with it. I'd love to get another one. And the second question is, have you tried Video Copilot's new piece of software, Element 3D version 2.2? If so, would you recommend it for a beginner like me? If you're looking to get into 3D animation and that sort of thing, by all means, go for Element 3D. Like I said in the previous question, you won't be able to build anything as far as I know in Element 3D. You can only import OBJ models, and if they've got animatable parts, you can. I don't know a lot about Element 3D version 2.2. I mean, I've seen some of the tutorials that Andrew Kramer's done on it. The one from the rooftop and maybe like an elevator shaft thing. I think it was all part of his latest vlog show. But it's not something I can say I recommend because I just don't have any experience in it. So guys, that's the end of this episode. I do have some more questions, so there will be a part 2 coming out later this week. Here's all the social media crap up here. If you enjoyed the video, please like and share it. If you're new here and you like listening to me crap on and crap on, there's a subscribe button right there. And until next time guys, keep learning.